So guys, welcome to one more session in Java JDBC. It's continuation to the last class only. So in the last class, I've explained how you can make a connection with the Oracle database. Okay, so the first step is like importing the library. The second step is loading and registering the driver. And after that, you have to establish a connection towards your Oracle database. So here, this is the URL through which your Java is going to identify where Oracle is installed on your machine. So JDBC colon Oracle colon thin. This is the driver colon @ localhost. Localhost is nothing but the location where the Oracle server is running. So as of now, it is running on our local machine. So I written localhost. But if you are working on a real-time project, or if you are working on a networking environment, if your Oracle database server is located on another machine, then you have to write the IP address or name of the machine. 1521 is the port number. That may change actually. That may change, but when you install Oracle on your local machine, then 1521 will be fixed actually. XE is nothing but the service ID. HR is the username and HR is the password. And I said one point, like before you start working with this, you need to load the driver OJDBC 6.jar. So how to load the driver, how to identify it, that everything you can check it on my previous video. So once this methods gets executed, like get connection, which is having 3 parameters, and this is available inside a class called driver manager. Driver manager dot get connection. Here your core Java knowledge will come into picture. You are calling the get connection method directly by using the class name without creating any object for it. This means the get connection method is the static method of driver manager class. It is a static method. That's why you are calling that particular method directly without creating any object reference. So core Java will basically help you to understand the basics. Is it clear? Like why you are writing get connection here, why you are not creating object, why? Because this is a static method. Okay, and actually connection, this is the interface, and for which you are creating the object reference con. So once this particular method gets executed, a connection object will be created and that will be assigned to con. So the con, you can give any name here. It's not only con, you can give any name of your choice. So if con is not equal to null, then you'll display a message like connection to Oracle database is created, and otherwise you'll say connection creation problem. Okay. So once if the connection gets created, the next step is to create a statement object which will contain the SQL statement that will be executed against your Oracle database. Now, if you want to work with JDBC, you should have some basic minimum knowledge of SQL commands. That is very, very important. You should have some basic knowledge of sequence command. So if you want to retrieve data from database, then we use a command called select. And if you want to retrieve all columns, then we'll say star from and some table name we'll say. So let me show you like what database I'll use. So I'm getting connected to SQL developer. This is SQL developer. Okay, and I have a connection created with Oracle. Is it clear? I have a connection created with Oracle in SQL developer, and using this, I'll show you. Using this, I'll show you how to use an SQL statement, and retrieve data from the database. So once you understand that SQL statement, then I'll execute that SQL statement against the Oracle database. Like from Java, I'll run that. So I'll click on the active connections. So it will open one worksheet. So you can say select star from tab. It will give you the list of tables which are available under HR login. So these are all the different tables which are available in HR login. So if you want to work with the default tables, then we have one table called employees. So I'll say select star from employees. Okay, and I can run this and you'll see like first column is like employee ID, second column is like first name, then we have last name, email ID, phone number, hire date, job ID, salary. So you just try to know the column positions like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I want to display like employee ID, first name and salary, then I'll display the first column, second column, as well as the eighth column. I don't want these columns in the middle. Okay. So I'll close this. I don't want to keep it open. I'll close this and now I'll open my Eclipse ID and I'll tell you how you can create a statement object. There is one interface with the name statement. You can give any object reference name of your choice. So I'll say st equals to, st is nothing but statement object reference name. And you want to create a statement object using the connection what we have created previously. So I'll say con.create statement. Con.create statement, and here I'll say select star from employees. Okay. A statement object is created here, con.create statement. And remember, it says that the method create statement in the type connection is not applicable to argument string. It's displaying some error message. So it means that you are not supposed to pass any string here. Means we need to just create an empty statement object. Do not pass any SQL query. Is it clear? I'm explaining you that how you can rectify errors also. So very simple statement, you have to write it. Statement st equals to con.create statement. Once if the statement is created, now see select, insert, update. These are all known as the SQL statements. So you have to create a statement object first, and then you have to execute that statement. While executing that statement, you have to pass your SQL statement. So I'll say st dot, that's nothing but statement object dot, execute. Okay, and you can see here, execute function is there, execute batch is there. Okay, and you'll see execute query is there. So if you and you can see here, you'll get the explanation. If you want to execute select statement, then you have to use execute query. If you want to use insert, update, delete, create, for DML, is it clear? And for DDL, use SQL execute update. For select statement, use execute query. So I'll say execute query, and now here you have to pass the query. Select star from employees, and just put a semicolon here. So what this execute query will return? It will return a result set. So you may ask me, sir, what do you mean by a result set? A result set is an object which will contain the result of the SQL query, because select star from employees will get data from the Oracle database, and the data will be collected in the form of a result set object. So here that you have to receive it in a result set, and you can give any name. I said like result set rs equals to st.execute query. For your better understanding, I'll draw one picture also. Just have a look. For your better understanding, I'll draw one small picture so that you'll get some idea. So I'll open Microsoft Whiteboard. So just imagine that we are working with two applications, how they will look actually. So this is your database. This is your database, Oracle. Okay. And this is your Java application. This is your Java application. So your Java application is going to interact with Oracle. So you have created a connection object. Once you have created the connection object, after that, using this connection object, you are creating a statement object. Statement object. And using this statement object, you are passing the SQL queries. Is it clear? So you executed a method called like execute query. Execute query. So Java will send that select statement to Oracle. Java will remember. Java will send that when it will send whenever you write this statement, whenever this line gets executed. Execute query. Execute query means one SQL query will send from Java to Oracle, and this will get executed here, and it will send back the result to Java. So Java has to capture that result. It has to store that result into some variable. So we are not getting one simple data. We are getting a complex data. So the complex data will be stored inside the result set actually. So this is your result set object. This is your result set object. Now, once you get the result set object, you have to process the result set. Means it is the responsibility of the Java program to fetch data from this result set and display it onto the screen. So the creating the statement is done, and step 4 is executing the query. Okay, that is also done. You can see here. Now we have to we have to process the result. Is it clear? So we don't know like how many records are there in the database. Okay, so I'll say while rs dot equals while rs dot equals to null or it will return true. I'll say while not rs dot equals. Let's try this. Okay, and otherwise I'll explain you like how to process the result. Is it clear? So guys, I just forgot like how I can use this result set object. So what I'll do is I'll just open the Chrome browser. I'm showing you like whenever you forget like how you should learn things actually. You should not be panic. So just go on to go to Google and search like how to process result set in Java. Is it clear? I'm just checking this, how to process result set in Java. So I'm just checking any link, and I'll see if I get any statement here with while. So here, while rs.next. So what I have to do is rs.next, it's not equals method. I just forgot. So I just checked, and I'll say while rs.next. So actually what happens, whenever the result set gets created, the record pointer will be at beginning of the record. Means there will be a record pointer pointing to this result set, and that will be at this location actually. So when you say next, then it will move to the first record actually. When you say next, it will move to the first record. So as the record is available, the next method will return true actually. While rs.next, what it will do is it will return true if the record is available there. So we'll be executing this loop till the next method returns false. So once that it returns true, the control will enter into body of the loop. And here I'll say system.out.println, rs.get int, because I want to display employee ID and it is in like first column. So I'll say rs.get int of 1 because it is in first column and which is of integer type. Plus, and I'll use some space concatenation operator, and I'll say rs.get string. Why I'm using get string? Why? Because I want to display the first name of the employee, which is in second column. Okay, and after that, I'll say rs.get get int, and I'll say 8. Why I'm saying 8? Because I want to display the salary, and salary is in the 8th position. Salary column is at 8th position. Is it clear? So this is how we display the result set. This is how we process the result set. Once if it is done, then you have to close all the connections. So rs.close. First you have to close the result set. You have to close in the order in which you have opened, in the reverse order in which you have opened. So the last open connection is result set. After that, the open connection is a statement object, and after that it is the connection object. So in the order in which you have opened, in the reverse order you have to close it. Okay. Now let me run this program and see if this program gives the output or not. It's saying that it is processed with some errors. So let me check where the error is there. So what I'll do is, in order to, there may be some problem in, this main method, we need to close it, I think. Yeah. So I've closed, like the bracket is missing, that's why we got an error. Okay, great guys. You can see all the 107 records got displayed. So if you want to know like how many records are there, then simply what you can do is, you can declare one variable, record count, initialize with 0, and for every displaying, is it clear? You can say record count plus, record count plus. After coming out of the loop, you can display a message saying the total number of records are. Okay, so I'll say system.out.println. Here I'll say, after this while loop, I'll say sysout, and I'll say total number of records are, and I'll say record count. Okay, so I'll run it, and you see we got 107 records. We got 107 records. Okay, and the employee name, ID, as well as salary we have displayed. If you want to cross check, this, what you can do is, you can open this SQL developer once again. And here you can execute the same query and then check it out whether you have 107 records or not. So now I'm opening the SQL developer. So like this, you can access data from any database, and wherever it gets located, wherever the database is located, you need to just give the IP address of the database server where it is located, and nothing is going to change. Rest everything will be like this only. So now I'll execute this select statement here, and we'll see do we have exactly 107 records or not, and whatever the data we got it in Java, is it correct or not? So I'll say select star from employees, and you can see all the records, and you can see the count here. 107th record, you can see 206 is the employee ID, William, and the salary is 8,300. Now I'll show you the output which is generated in our Eclipse ID, and you can see here 107 record, is it clear? 206 William, and 8,300 is the salary. So guys, this is to execute a select statement against the Oracle database. In the next session, I'll explain you how you can use DDL as well as DML commands. Means we'll create one table we'll insert record, we'll update the record, we'll delete the record, and we'll display it. All these CRUD operations, what we call, all these CRUD operations, C means create, R means retrieve, is it clear? U means update, and D means delete. These CRUD operations we'll see in one simple programming examples in our next upcoming session. So hope you got clarity on this, and keep practicing. Play this video for multiple number of times till you solve this problem. Thank you so much. Keep coding and keep growing, guys.